and welcome back to my channel. I am Sleepy Bug, and today we are going to be finishing up Francesco's route. I know last time he had us all in a little bit of a tizzy, but let's do it. So this time we're not gonna press him as much. We're just gonna let him be. We'll let it go. This someone confirms it. He's a terrible liar, and my suspicions only grow. It's meaningless to confront him about it. It'll only scare him off, and he's the only real lead I've found so far. I'm unwilling to sacrifice that. So, as I desperately cling to what may have been my only lifeline, I let go of my suspicions for now and let them float away. It takes me a while to formulate a reply. Well then, at least one of us has the energy to be excited. My answer seems to melt away the awkwardness for him. As his shoulders drop into a more relaxed poise, the corners of his mouth stretch into a sweet smile. I, however, am still rigid with tension. But if it's for the sake of getting along... And it's good that we're going tomorrow, so you still have a chance to rest. I swallow thickly and nod. Yeah, I'll definitely need it. I want to say more, but the words are lodged deep in my throat. For better or for worse, I keep them there. So this is the crow guy at the door who was really mean to us. Give me a reason why I shouldn't beat you both senseless right now. Bring up the reputation. Insult! Adrenaline surges through my veins when I understand reason won't work. F you. Stick to your actual priorities. When I make another move to loosen myself, I feel their muscly grip intensify. I know I'll be waking with a bruise tomorrow, but I'm more surprised this hasn't happened sooner. Strangely enough, the bouncer laughs. My priorities? I completely forgot about those. Thank you for reminding me. I catch Francesco's shoulder slumping in relief. So, of course, my very important priorities, that is, ensuring that my wonderful guests experience no disturbance. Disturbances like you. My stomach sinks with dread. They motion their colleague to take their place, and before I can get another word in, the bouncer is dragging us away into one of the grimy side alleys. My nose quickly fills with the dank smell of mold and sweetgrass, even more so when I'm unceremoniously tossed to the ground. I hit the pavement with a dull thud. Sleepy! This time, his scream is blood-curdling. There's a dangerous glint in the darkness among the mold and damp bricks and trash. A glint belonging to a short switchblade held up to Francesco's throat. No! My voice unexpectedly escapes me, and I have to force myself to suppress it. The fact we can't even trust a bouncer. All right, you piece of crap. I don't have all night. I think you can at least entertain me while I do my job. They lace their fingers through his hair and tug, pressing the flat side of the blade insistently against him. Stop. You don't get to tell me to freaking stop. You know what you can do, though? Help me decide where I should cut him instead. Hey, baby. Give me a half answer, or ignore me and I'll slit his freaking throat. Please. My heart wrenches in my chest when I hear the crack in his voice. If I do that, you'll let us go? I might. I almost feel my vision blurring again. My ears are ringing and my chest is tight. Someone's life is in my hands right now. His shoulder, his lip, his ribs, his hip. I don't want to do this to Francesco. Oh. He's gonna slit. Okay. This can all go terribly wrong. His shoulder, his ribs too close, spine. Those are too risky. Shoulder. Okay. Careful. Instead of listening, the crow tips Francesco's coat aside to gain easy access to his unblemished skin there. Before I get the chance to say any more, the first slice of the knife cuts like butter through the upper layer of his skin. His screams pierce my ears. No! No, please! Shut up. Stop. That's enough. No, I don't think so. I decide when we're done. You're gonna make me do more? Oh my god. You're gonna make me do more? My god. I don't want to. Okay. Really? Right there? That's quite intimate, isn't it? Their mocking tone makes my stomach convulse. Please, not too much. Nuh-uh. The next slash comes down without mercy. The tiniest spray of blood hits the side of my mask as the scent of iron makes bile rise in the back of my throat. It hurts. I can make it hurt even more if you don't quiet down, punk. His breathing is getting progressively more labored. You're the freaking worst, you crap excuse for a bouncer. Stop. Well, now you're just tempting to do more. Take your pick, punk. Oh my god. Phase 2 are deadly, but he can't walk if he do this one, so that one's practical. His heel. Very creative. I think I like you. Oh my god. His shoe comes off and it's tossed aside without care. You freaking coward. Oh my god. Another quick slice of the blade tears the loudest scream from his throat yet. He starts to shake violently, reaching for me with desperate hands. Sleepy! Don't listen to them, just go! If you leave, he's dead. Their blade plunges in once more as if to prove their intent. His muffled sob makes my own tears come down even harder. I can't do this to him anymore, just stop. No, you can. I believe in you, come on. I have to. They are so sadistic. They were really gonna make me pick everyone. The rib. Oh. Their hands hitch up the fabric of his shirt as Francesco struggles in vain. Nice and sensitive. Good pick. No. Y'all remember 5 minutes ago when I was like, this can't possibly be worse than serious. It was in fact worse than serious. I look away this time. I can't bear to see him in pain anymore. The sound of blood splatter and his choked cry tells me everything I need to know. I'm losing my grip. I don't know what's happening anymore. I have to fumble with my mask latches in a cold sweat and turn around just in time to take a deep, desperate breath and not empty the contents of my stomach on the pavement. Please, Sleepy. I can't anymore. That's enough now. I'll tell you when I've had enough. Oh, you guys are the worst! Oh my god! Ooh. It's fine. Wow. Nice pick. How much damage did... I can't even voice it. How much damage do you reckon I can do there? I make sure the shirt remains out of the blade's way, and I realize my mistake far too late. No, no, no. I barely register the slash this time. My throat feels tight and constricted as his muffled sounds of pain ebbed themselves into my brain. I'll never forget the way he sounds right now. Because of me. It's my fault. He's slowing down now. Not as loud, either. Oh. Come on, punk, let's have another. I can't breathe. Every slash of the blade makes him writhe in the crow's grip, and every time I hear his cry, the tears fall more abundantly. I will not run away from him. I'm not gonna run away from him. It's too much. I can't run away. I can't do anything. I can't take it anymore. Make it stop. You all out of it? Throwing in the towel already? Francesco crumbles to the ground as the bouncer releases him, only to point the blade straight at his jugular. You can't. You can't do that. I can, and I will. No, that's right. You can't. On behalf of the Serrari family, if you make another move, we will have your head. Suddenly, a new voice rings out, a harsh echo within the alleyway. I could barely make out the silhouette of someone up ahead, and another restraining the bouncer. Francesco's bodyguards. I collapse as they make quick work of the crow and steady the brunette on their arms. My eyesight tries adjusting to the view, but I'm still recovering from the fear. All shapes around me blur together. Come on, Francesco. We are leaving now. His attempt to croak out an answer. He attempts to croak out an answer, to no avail. I stare up at Francesco, the boy I've disappointed. And I know that when his bodyguards take him away, that'll be the last I ever see of him. Dead end. It's all your fault. Okay, this time I'm going to run away. Run. My feet react before I can finish forming any thought. It's pure adrenaline carrying me past Francesco and the crow. I make a mad dash for the alley's entrance, hard in my throat, cold sweat cascading down my back. I feel an icy grip around my heart, one of pure, untapped guilt, as I don't even afford myself the luxury of looking back at Francesco one last time. It's far too easily and too soon that I find myself back in the main paved streets of the marketplace. From here, it's impossible to see what's happening inside the small alley. A passerby would have no idea that just a stone's throw away from the cozy bakery ahead of me, there's a boy laying in a pool of his own blood. Every instinct tells me to scream for help, but above all else, it tells me to keep running. The crow is sure to come for me next, and suddenly, Lunaricore no longer feels like a priority. The way back to the surface, however, does. Not us getting so scared we leave. sad end. He ran away. Nat is getting so afraid that we just leave. We just left. Okay, so this time, this is the intense dancing scene. I'm gonna let him be this time. I considered the thought for a while. Let's leave him be. Let him have fun. Huh. I decide to hang back at the bar, leaning against the counter with our drinks. There really is no point in me interfering. I take a long gulp of my sour gill, savoring the trail of fire it leaves behind, with the subtle aftertaste of citrus. It's not too long before I can't help myself and peek back up at Francesco, who is still engrossed in the music. The second dancer presses their torso into his back and reaches over to tilt his chin, diving in to claim his parted lips. Francesco. That is, until he politely but firmly holds up his hand to stop their approach. They exchange a few words, and the stranger leaves. The other one follows soon when they see he's uninterested in anything other than dancing. He's such a pure boy. He's assertive when he wants to be. Interesting. I take the opportunity to come over with this drink. Having fun, puppy? Sleepy. I am. There's something very special about dancing to the music you really love. I'd go for the whole night if I could. We're in no rush. Don't worry about curfews on my account. Yes. This is such a relief after that painful ending. Give me the Francesco puppy golden retriever energy. His bouncing enthusiasm makes a smile unwittingly creep up on my lips under the mask. The music speeds up a notch. Never heard that moan so clearly. We're gonna search in the different areas of the club this time. So we did this one. Let's do the bathrooms. Bathrooms tend to be decent hiding spots in most clubs as they're packed with people. We have to wedge ourselves in between long waiting lines instead, shuffling past anxious patrons and a handful of groaning dancers with blister-inducing heels. Oh god. Do you really think they would have come here, Sleepy? Well, hiding among crowds is one of the oldest tricks in the book. Doesn't hurt to give it a try. Hey, quit pushing! We push for a little longer, but see nobody out of place. Let's go back. Yeah. Okay, so this time let's try... We did the corner. Let's try the entrance. I dread the idea of crossing paths with a pro bouncer again. I never want to see him again. But time is not on our side. Besides, where else would they go? We travel quickly, only stopping when we reach the exit and take in our surroundings. Nobody here. The bouncer surveys us with wary eyes. You lot. We're sorry for the trouble. Have you seen two people in cracked masks run out of here? No, but I can sure arrange for that. Come here, punk. Excuse me? This better not be happening again. It's no use. Let's go inside. Yeah, that's right. Run while you can. What is with this guy? Oh my god. I bite back another insult before nudging Francesco back inside with me, and we sigh in near unison. That person is not having a good day, I think. I don't either. I don't think they ever do. We pause for a second. Where to next? Actually, I don't think... I doubt we'll find them at this point. It's been too long. How much did you have in your purse? Please don't say everything. My heart sinks right down to my stomach. Don't tell me those were your life savings. His breath hitches. Francesco. I had no choice. I had to take it all with me. What? Crap. We stand in uncertain silence for a while, slowly weighed down by the realization of what just happened. It's not your fault, Sleepy. You couldn't help it. There's nothing I can do right now. Authorities, if you want to call them that, are useless here. People are victims of petty thieves all the time. These thieves could have also just shed their mask and blended into the crowd, and we'd be none the wiser. Tell me, what are you gonna do now? His lower lip trembles. I'm going back up. To my family, that is. Are you sure? He tenses up before unexpectedly raising his voice. What else can I do? I have nothing to pay for anything else. I'm a failure. There's no way but up. You don't have to go up, puppy. We don't have to. But I will. Dejected, he takes a step back, then another. Friend, I'm sorry. Goodbye. He's gone before I can make another move, and I am alone once again. I wanted to believe the horrible feeling in my chest is a consequence of having lost a precious lead for Lunary Core, but I know that it's because I've lost him now, because he's my favorite. Francesco might be my favorite. I say this with each new character. My baby. All I can do is search more for Igor and perhaps for a stuffed purse. Perhaps a chance to see Francesco again. Even if that chance is but a slim one. Bed end. You're too late. You know what? I'd rather have that than him being stabbed to death and left for dead. The blurry heat of hot smoke and heartbeat-like bass leaves my sanity hanging on by a thread. It's so hard to breathe. I turn to face Francesco again. He's squirming still, trying to shake off the heavy fog with some more dancing, only for his body to give up on him a few seconds later. Hey! No, I don't want to. Leave. I heave a shaky sigh, trying my utmost to stay sane. Then my hand finds its way to the top of his head to give his hair a ruffle. He easily slumps under my touch. We have to. It's not safe here. I don't care. Well, I do. We'll come back someday, but for now, this isn't right. After a few seconds of hazy silence, he nods and gazes up, lips twisted in uncertainty. You promise we'll come back? Yeah, I promise. We're gonna choose to not trust him. I've seen this type before. Talented actors recruited by guilds of thieves and shady businessmen to help out with various endeavors. He won't fool me. But that doesn't mean I can't fool him right back. You can play this game. Listen, you can't go around waving that card or giving your name out willy-nilly. That's just asking for trouble down here. Again, he's taken off guard. Really? Yes, do you know where you are? A wonderful place. What kind of nickname will you give him? Let's give him something normal. Philip. Alright, Philip it is. How about Philip? I love it. It's very creative. Good. Then from now on, when there are people around within earshot, I'll call you Philip. He nods, and then a bit of silence settles between us. I believe I've gotten sidetracked. No, I still stay with him. I haven't figured everything out well enough to move out just yet, but I hope to leave someday, of course. Oh, I understand that. They must treat you very well. I'm sorry. I'm prying. You don't have to answer that. That's alright. Well, I did leave home. I've got duties on the surface, but I wanted to take some time off on my own. Bodyguards, they're like bodyguards. ask about them. Bodyguards? What for? My family didn't feel comfortable sending me down here without anyone. His expression feels a lot more serious all of a sudden. They need me to be safe, so I will accept whatever I have to, as long as I can stay here for a little while. I've said this before, but they sound like a handful. Francesco is an open book, usually, but this time I can't quite decipher him. They are my family, and family is important to me. It feels like any other question wouldn't have been met with much enthusiasm, so I stop. It's time to go on my own way. I don't find it in me to trust him, no matter how I try to analyze the situation. I always get the sense he's lying to me. Not only that, but he's able to do so with a completely straight face. Francesco is sweet, but not sweet enough to fool me. I'm gonna have to turn down your offer. His smile instantly dissipates, but I refuse to feel guilty about this. I will not be manipulated. I'm sure you'll find someone who can guide you through this landscape better than I can. Besides, I'm on a bit of a tight schedule. My stomach twists in a reminder of how every passing second is a risk, and with that, I turn to leave. Wait! His hand finds the sleeve of my cloak before I can take my first step. Did I do something to upset you? What do you mean by schedule? I shake my head. You ask too many questions. Sleepy. I take my first step, suppressing the way my heart twinges at the desperate sound of my name being called. And with that, I leave. Baby boy. My feet take me back to the crowded street where we came from in the hopes of finding someone else with the resources to help me. The parlor is still alive with lights and mouth-watering smells, and the sound of violins harmonizing and the grand piano. I don't think twice before diving back inside. That's when I stumble upon the crowd of people in the back room, and their sudden roars of laughter. I climb the 3 stairs to the higher platform and sneak around the circle of people. Someone's going to be leading the conversation, and I want to see who it is. Another peal of laughter erupts from the brightly dressed group. I think I can see the person in the middle of the conversation, beaming and conducting the hangers-on like a choir. Orlando! Not the charming stranger. I like his mask. This isn't good. Okay. So this went through the entire thing, and we were skeptical of him this whole time. And this is where we ended up. And those guards can't blame me for it. I doubt they'd hurt their young master either. Sure enough, after what I estimate to be half an hour after sitting myself down, I notice him jogging over, with the usual wide smile on his face. Sleepy! Hey, Philip. He scratches the back of his head, occasionally looking back nervously. I assume they confronted you. So he knows. They gave me a bit of an earful, yeah. He's quiet for a second. Yes, I'm sorry, I can't stay for very long. My heart sinks. That's fine, we'll figure it out. We will. I still want to continue our adventures, but we'll have to be careful from now on. I don't want them to... To what? I don't know. We'll do everything to make sure I get back to the surface soon. The lump in my throat only grows. What is it that's so important up there, Francesco? He hesitates again. I told you before, Sleepy. I can't tell you yet. Bear with me, please. I'm sorry. His constant apologies do nothing to calm my doubts, but all I can do is accept. Where are we headed next? I'll let you know. I haven't decided yet, but I'm sure we'll have another great adventure before long. His head turns around again, body language oozing paranoia. I have to go. But let's meet here tonight, okay? I stand up, then brush off my cloak. Yeah, let's. He's off before I can give him a proper goodbye. In the wake of his departure, all I can do is stare at the lanterns, swaying calmly above the water. We'll figure it out. I repeat to myself over and over until I'm ready to lose myself in the marketplace again and prepare myself for another round of lunar core hunting. We'll figure it out. Neutral end. There are uncertain days ahead. That was the rest of Francesco's route. I am curious to know. I know Yandere is next, so I might wait until then. But I want to know your favorite characters. Like, who are your favorites? Which routes gave you the, I don't want to say the ick, but which routes gave you the, like your heart is gonna like explode because you're so weird. But anyway, I had a lot of fun getting the rest of his endings, even the one that made me want to cry and hide away in a corner a little bit. As always, thank you so much for staying with me. I love having you here. I love seeing your face, and I hope that you can stay oh so sleepy and oh so cozy. And always remember that moment by moment, day by day, we are like a blossoming flower of lavender, calm, cool, and collected. All right, I will see you in the next one. Bye.